Right. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another one of our heart-powered speaking community calls. And it's amazing to have each and every one of you. And I know there's quite a few of you that have been with us before, right? And then there's a couple of first-timers. We always have some first-timers with us. So for everyone that is with us for the very first time, let me introduce myself in the first place. I'm Monique Boscq. I'm the founder of Heart Powered Business. And my mantra is speak up, scale up, impact the world. We've helped really hundreds of, amazing speakers and entrepreneurs around the world to amplify their speaking, scale their business, and make a bigger impact in the world. So, we are using a framework called Voice to Millions. And, with that, we've helped people from more than 50 countries around the globe already to step up more on stages, get their voice out there in a greater way, and build their business in a way that they're not just selling their time, but they're really scaling their business. And what we are really today, and as you know, every month we are running a Heart Powered Speaking community call. And obviously you're here, meaning that you have a serious interest in amplifying your voice, amplifying your speaking, and getting your word out there in a greater way, boosting your visibility, attracting more clients, touching more lives, making a bigger impact in the world. And if you're really serious stepping up with your speaking, we have a very special offer for you today, which is we are running a community that we call the Thought Leader Circle. So every month we run several sessions really to give you even more concrete hints and tips and share with you our best practices and strategies on how you step up with your speaking and you get out there, you get booked more in prestigious stages, you get paid, or you get paid more than what you're being paid today. So we invite you to actually join our Thought Leader Circle membership for 1 month for free, which is €100 gift from us to you. When you do that, join us for 1 month for free and check it out, try it out, be with us, meet our global community of speakers. And when you join us for that free month, you also get access to our Speak to Scale map, my best 50 ways of how you grow your speaking further. And what you do before you step on stage, while you're on stage, and after you step off stage to really give your speaking the opportunity to grow your business further as well. And when you sign up with a 1 month on our Thought Leader Circle with us, you also get a 30-minute one-on-one session with me where we really look at where are you with your speaking and your business and where you want to go with it and what's the gaps and how you actually bring it to the next level together. So, we have Anna with us from our team. She's going to share the link to our Thought Leader Circle. Come and join us. You have nothing to lose, just for 1 month. Try it out. Sign up on the monthly option. There will be an option for you for the first month to join us for free. We'd love to have you. But this session is not so much about me. It's really all about you. And it's about our amazing, prestigious guest. And every month we have a specific, topic that we're going to cover. And this month we're going to talk about how you boost your vibrant energy to really bring your speaking, your life, and your business to the next level. Well, imagine a life where your days are infused with vibrancy, where each moment radiates with the potential to create, to inspire, to thrive in a much greater level. And now imagine yourself stepping onto the next stage and really brimming with confidence and energy, where you are ready to captivate your audience like you never did before. Well, the good news is this is not just a dream, this is within your reach. And this is why we invited a very special friend of mine. She, we know each other through the Virtual Speaker Association International. I've seen her run a session like that there, and I was absolutely mesmerized. And I know that what she brings to you today is going to lift your energy and your speaking to an entirely different level. Who is she? Well, her name is Boscq. She is the #1 woman customer experience global guru with 3 decades of experience. She's really truly an outstanding authority in the customer experience industry. She also published 4 books that became international bestsellers, And she's really making her mark as an international influential figure and international figure, really, in media across Brazil, United Arab Emirates, India, Asia, US, Europe. I mean, you see, she's really a global rock star. She has really captivated audiences in more than 20 countries already. She is delivering dynamic and high energy presentations in French and in English. And not only has she claimed the Institute of Director Award, but she also holds a position on the board of the Feng Shui Guilds Association. So she knows a lot about energy, not only as a speaker, but also in your environment. Well, what really sets her apart is her holistic approach to customer and employee experience with her creation of the Biz Shui method. And this unique methodology really blends traditional Feng Shui principles with modern business and personal needs, infusing businesses with a powerful energy flow. And she doesn't only bring that to businesses, she also brings that to individuals, to entrepreneurs, and to speakers as today, right? She really energizes people and places into prosperity. So Claire, it's amazing to have you today. Welcome.
Thank you for this warm welcome, and hello everybody. I can see people from USA, London, Kaz, hello there, Berlin, Atlanta. It's lovely to see you, or not see you because you're not on camera, but hey, I'm on camera, so let's do this, right? Let's get started. Are we ready?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yay.
Excellent. I've got some thumbs up, so that's really good. Imagine you're walking on stage, the curtain are shut, and you're just peeping, just having a quick look behind. The scene is there, the audience is there, they're all waiting for you. You put in the curtains, and what's happening in your body? Are you suddenly freezing? Are you suddenly excited? Are your hands totally melted and your legs like jelly? Well, this could be because you have glossophobia. Oh yes, 8 out of 10 people have that fear of fight or flight response. When something happens, your body takes over, and then you will never, ever be the same. But no, not any of you, because you are professional speakers. We are so cool. We so love having hundreds of thousands of eyes looking at us. We so love just opening up that stage and being there with our audience and sharing our passion and really kind of being there for them. We love having those standing ovation. Hands up, who loves standing ovation? Yes, yes, 2 or 3 of us. That's fabulous. We do love that. And this is what happened. You know, when we have that kind of emotions through our body, we release happy hormones, right? And we've got dopamine, and the dopamine is all about that anticipation. It's the doing, it's the desire, it's the motivation that we get when we go on stage, right? We release oxytocin, and the oxytocin is those hormones when you are so grateful, when you're getting massage done, or you're having a bit of a cuddle. It's beautiful, happy hormone. You also could have serotonin, and the serotonin is when you're actually gonna eat a bit of that chocolate piece. Do you know that little chocolate piece, and it just goes in your mouth and it just goes, ooh, yum. When you're using your 5 senses, you're releasing serotonin, which are beautiful. And also the last one, it's called endorphin. Endorphin are hormones when you release the hormones when you're doing sport, but also, and what a lot of people don't know, is you can release them when you laugh out loud. So you've got it. Either you can do an hour running sport like mad, or you could do 10 minutes laughing out loud. That could be, you know, that's my choice. I know which one I'm going to pick, right? Which one would do the sport? We do both of them together, right? The laughing and the sports at the same time. Yeah. In a very simple way, we've got 2 sides of our brain, right? We've got the right brain, which is we've got the first left brain. The left brain is our neocortex brain, and it's that yang energy in us. It's the analytic, it's the going, the doing, the thinking. And then we've got the right brain, and the right brain is our It's our emotional brain. It's that yin energy. It's when you close your eyes and you actually think and dream and feel those emotions. It's the touching. It's all those subconscious level that you get. And, you know, when you feel good, you're going to think in a positive way. You're going to behave in a positive way. That's our state of being. It's so simple, right? If you're scared and worried to go on stage, you're going to start panicking. You're going to start thinking, I can't do it. Your emotions are going to release your stress hormone, adrenaline and cortisol. All those stress hormone is going to go, and you're never going to get on that stage. Whereas if you feel good and you're preparing yourself in such a positive way, maybe, you know, you're watching something funny before you go on stage, or maybe you're listening to happy music before you go on stage to pump you up a little bit, then your brain creates some mirror neurons. You know, the mirror neurons, they are little neurons in our brain, which makes us realize people around us are going to be the same, do the same thing as us. So not only your own state of being, but your audience will be mirroring your state of being. So when you're on stage, I want you to really think that the more positive you are, the more positive thinking, your behavior, your stage presence, everything will go together. The way you feel affect the way you think, will affect the way you behave. Those three works together. So when you start being on that stage, share that with your audience, not the negative one, because that's going to go on a spiral down, right? Did you know that 95% of our decision making is actually made by our subconscious? Yes, our right brain, we talked about earlier, that's the yin energy. I'll tell you a little story. A few months ago, I went to a garden center and I was in a rush, really, really busy to actually, just had 10 minutes to go and buy some plant for a workshop I was doing. So I knew exactly what I was doing. I went there and I had totally my left brain on. The yang energy was totally in me and I went for it. This is me arriving. I parked the car. I walked through the garden center. And what happened on the right-hand side? My eye caught the sales shoe sign. The shoe sales we're on at the garden center. My right brain took over. The yin energy just went and I just had to go and buy some shoes. No, how does that happen? Okay, I did buy my plant as well, but I did buy 2 pairs of shoes. My whole body took over. That subconscious level, those emotions. That's what happened. Yes, your subconscious takes over your whole body. So we need to be aware of that, right? And then when we've got two sides, we can have really a state of being, which is a very positive, or we can have a state of being which is very negative. We can be on very, very high energy, or we can be in very, very low energy. And when we have very low energy and very negative state of being, really, you probably will be in a bit of a lost situation. And the disillusions, maybe your environment won't be very productive for you. You'll probably be depressed and exhausted by everything that is around you. In the contrary, if you have high energy, but very low negative state of being, you will be probably a dominator. You'll be very, very high energy, but very erratic. You probably will be a mood hoover. You know, those people who suck onto that energy all the time and just take over. Quite pessimist, could be aggressive as well. Ooh. Do you recognize somebody who could be a dominator around you? I can think about a few people. Actually, if you think about a very, very positive state of being, but very low energy, those are the mellows. Oh yes, our mellows, you know, they're so grounded and they're so grateful and they're so creative, but so relaxed at the same time. They're so mellow. And that's how you kind of, your energy feels when you're in that position. And the last one is very high energy and very, very positive state of being. Monica, you're a little bit of a force like that. Yes, yes, yes. Very, very high, very vibrant, very happy, driven. You're very healthy, very great place to be in a force, right? But can we be in a force all the time? Can that happen? Can we be 24 hours a day on stage, off stage, in that force energy? That's not possible. It isn't. You couldn't sustain that kind of energy at all time. To be able for you to be able to bring energy on stage and off stage, and to be able to be in those moments of high energy, you are going to need to go down to be a mellow, and then go back up again, and down, and then go back up again. To be able to, for you to raise your energy, you need to recharge your batteries. And this is what we need to learn to do a lot more. Take that time for us to actually recharge those batteries so we can be up, vibrant, and then you can go down and actually make sure that you're getting all that energy back. So when I talk about a holistic approach to the design of what we do, I often use the word care. We need to be more caring to what we do, right? And care comes with my first C, which is congruence. And congruence, if you are congruent in your message, as a leader, as a speaker, you need to be able to enhance, exhibit influence. That's what you do when you're on stage, right? You want to inspire people. You want to motivate people. You need to show that congruence to people so you can actually share your message. It's a very beautiful word. Do you use that word often? Anybody? Congruence? Yes. Authenticity? Yes, I see Kath. Thanks for sharing that with you. So congruence is about, do you talk your talk when you're speaking? Do you really are passionate about what you're speaking? Because people will realize that. They will know if you're not passionate about what you talk. You know, be aligned with your decision and your values. What are deep down are your values? And do you align every decision to your own values? As a speaker, do you take decisions through your values? That's quite a bit of a question, isn't it? Do you actually speak to places that perhaps aren't quite what your own beliefs are? Or do you actually say no because the ethic isn't what you believe to be? It's quite an interesting conversation to have when we talk about congruence and actually how do we align with all of our values. The A for care is about accountability and really embodying accountability to convey trust. Trust is the most beautiful and powerful element that you can get in any relationship, whether it's a relationship with your audience, whether it's a relationship with your organizers, whether it's a relationships with your family. If you are accountable and responsible and you take full accountability for everything that you do, whether you do it right or whether you do it wrong. Sometimes we make mistakes, and lifting our hands up and say, this didn't work, it's very, very important so people know that when they can count on you, you are totally responsible for everything that happens around you. And the E, of course, is allowing receptivity. The R for care. My R for care is about receptivity. And this is a very interesting word, receptive, right? We are in a world that we give at all time. We give, we give, we give. We're very big givers, aren't we? And for me, it's been a very interesting learning curve to actually allow receptivity, allow to receive people to come and congratulate you, perhaps, when you're a speaker. Allow to receive feedback. This is an interesting. How many times when you're on stage, after your stage presence, how many times do you allow people to give you that feedback so you can learn what worked, what didn't? And receiving that feedback will enable you to move forward as a speaker. If you never know, even if you don't actually get, feedback from your event organizers, you would never know really if it worked or it didn't, or if from your audience. So as a speaker, it's really important to be able to receive and allow that receptivity. Let people send you some compliment and allow yourself to receive them. Be grateful for people that are sending you those nice compliments. Say thank you. It's always amazing. Sometimes I know I used to be very shy and, you try to, oh no, it's okay, I won't do this or I won't do that. As a speaker, you're always, a little bit is it shy? I don't know, reserved. Maybe you don't want to feel egocentric, but actually the more you be able to receive that energy, the better you will feel about it. And the last, of course, of the care word is all about energy. And how do we ignite vibrancy? How do we really kind of ignite, that energy? And how do we emanate energy to other people? When we're on stage, it's not just about your own energy, but it's about you emanating that energy to other people. So energy is all around us. I'm sure you've heard a lot about energy. It's called Shi in Japan. It's called Prana in India. It's called Ki in Japan. Ka in Egypt. There's so many, all over centuries we've talked about energy, the life force energy. And it's a little bit like, light, isn't it? We don't really understand how it works, but actually the more you're able to use energy, the better you're going to feel. Because if you feel good in yourself, you're going to feel good with other people. You're going to share more. You're going to be in such a better position when you're on stage and you're sharing your message, because not just sharing your message, but your whole body, your embodiment will actually emanate that energy to other people. And it's the energy that we have. There's 5 sources of energy. The first one is the spiritual energy. So that spiritual energy is all about the purpose, the faith that we have, the intuition that we get. How do we really connect on that spiritual level? And how do we get that guidance from our spiritual energy? Number 2 is the environment. And Monique earlier talked about Boscq and a little a book that I've written. I have been a Feng Shui practitioner for probably about 15 years now. And Feng Shui has been an incredible change in my life, because what people don't realize is what happens around you, and your environment will affect you on a subconscious level. So again, creating an environment around you that it really is going to support you is key. It's crucial to your own energy and your own well-being, your own state of being. So look around you, the space that you have, your desk. I mean, we've got a few of you. Kaz, you're the only one of video, but I mean, just in the chat, Kaz, just what have you got on your desk right now? I'm picking on you just because you're the only one I can see. Too much, right? Absolutely. So yeah, pen, chewing gum, coffee, bottle, drinks, everything. It's a hard one, isn't it? But clutter around you is a big energy sucker, right? So being able to declutter things, and that means declutter things as your environment, but declutter things as your computer, your desktop. I mean, sometimes I look at some of those desktops and I just have a bit of a panic attack just thinking about it, right? So decluttering and creating an environment which feels good to you is a very powerful way to shift that energy. And a very simple thing that you could do actually just right here, right now, is move 27 items in your space. Right, when we finish that call, do that. You're going to move 27 items. You're going to move something, shake something, move, change pictures on your wall. Try to shift some of that energy by looking at your environment and seeing how this will affect your own personal energy. Number 3 source of energy is the physical. Of course, the physical energy. So your sleep pattern, your appearance, how do you feel, your fitness, your health. But it could also be the nutrition and how do you feed, what you eat to actually make you physically, that energy that brings into you. I mean, you had water, Kaz. I mean, water is just so important. I know I'm kind of really bad at drinking water. So I'm glad to see that you're drinking water, Kaz. For your nutrition energy, your physical energy, you can't do anything if you're not feeling right? So think about how do you increase your physical energy. Number 4 is your the mental energy that you bring. So your knowledge, your experience, your learning. What are your habits? What habits do you use on a daily basis that actually will increase energy or can reduce energy? Something that I've listened, and it also stuck to me about I forgot his name now, who was it it's gone off my mind now, that he only wears black t-shirts. That's all he wears, because he doesn't have to think about what is he going to wear the next day in the morning. So he reduces his space of mental energy by actually knowing that's all he has to wear is a black t-shirt. I mean, that's quite powerful, right? In a way. So what are the things that you're doing and the habits that you're creating around you that will reduce or increase your energy? That's very, very important to think about. What are the goals and the strategies that you're putting in your head and in your mind to increase or reduce your mental energy? And the last one, 5th, is your emotional energy. And it is so simple. Use your 5 senses. Your 5 senses are your direct drivers of your emotional level. So that when you're walking somewhere, you're arriving somewhere, use your 5 senses. What can you see? What can you hear? What can you smell? What can you touch? How does it feel? By connecting on your emotional level, you will suddenly be able to increase your energy level, or you'll know that something isn't right. If you're walking in somewhere and suddenly you go, oh, that sensation, you're walking in somewhere, you don't know why, but it just doesn't feel right. That's your emotions telling you that something isn't feeling right. So what are the things that you're doing on a daily basis to increase your emotional energy? How do you feel grateful? What are the things that increase your happy hormones, like we did right at the beginning? Those happy, whether it's eating a chocolate or laughing out loud, right? Those are the 5 sources of energy. So we have the energy, the power plant. You will all know what the power plant is. The power plant doesn't have energy, it generates energy. Power plants take the energy from one source, upgrade it, and then transform it, and then it transmits it. So I want you to think about this, and I want you to think of how could you be. So again, it's only you, Kaz, on the chat that I can see, but I don't know if any of the other, Benjamin, Oliver, Molly, Amy, Philip, if you want to play a bit of the game with us. But there's 4 stages of energy. We will either generate the energy, expend the energy, sustain the energy, and renew energy. There's 4 stages. So I'd like you to think about it in the chat. If you think about generating energy, think about how would you generate energy? If we're talking about, for example, on an emotional level, if we talk about that source of energy emotionally, how would you generate energy on an emotional level? What would be the kind of things that you could be doing? Lots of Speak with the family, listen to music. Yes. That's very good. Yeah, absolutely. Dance. So let's Benjamin, let's keep dance, because I like dance for, you know, that physical way, freedom activity, the things that make us feel great. I love that. Yes. So generating energy. We really want to get pushing. We want to get the dopamine going. We're going for it and raising happiness and those happy hormones. Right. Now, number 2, if we want to expand our energy. So the first one is generate it. Now I want you to think about, how would we expand that energy? How would you expand energy? So if you think perhaps on a spiritual level, what could be something that you could be doing to expand that energy? Could be, for example, a vision board. So today is a brand new moon today. Expand energy, hug someone. I love that. Yes, eye contact. Absolutely. I love that. That's brilliant. Very good, Amy. Yes, guys, hug someone. It's always a great expansion for sure. Today I can give you some challenges as well. Today I'm going to give you some challenges. So first one was move 27 items in your environment. Second one today is the new moon. So with the new moon, we know it's a beautiful energy. It's the yin energy of the new moon. And when you were back in Egyptian time, they knew that on the new moon, you were planting seeds. And that was the time where you were planting your seeds for all the growth to grow, you know, at the full moon, you know, later on. So today, if you haven't done it yet, I'd like you to use that energy, that spiritual energy, to actually plant your seed as a speaker. What is it? In the chat, put to me, what is it that you'd like to achieve? Maybe this month, maybe in a 6 months time, maybe you want to do a TED talk, maybe you want to be paid $10,000 as a speaker. What would be the things that you would put on the vision board? Any of you? What is your dream as a speaker? Where would you like you to speak? What stages? How big or how small? Any particular client that you want to work with? What is your vision for you as a speaker? More moderation and MC events. Fabulous. Any particular country? Do you want to travel, Philip? Do you want to go around? Any particular city? Global for me. Okay, global for Benjamin. That's great. Great, global. So, okay. So Benjamin, for you, I would like you to draw tonight a global map. I want you to draw a map or find a map somewhere, cut it off, and then put it on a board and actually pinpoint some of the areas where you'd like to speak, and even maybe draw a little picture of yourself on stage, or put a picture of yourself on stage, emceeing one of the stages and actually moving yourself into all those different countries. Put this right in front of you, on the front of your desk, or in your bathroom, if a bathroom is a good place. You could put it in your bedroom if the bedroom's a good place. Utilize that energy of the new moon to create your own vision board. Okay, Amy, large speaking event, educate, inspire about climate and be paid for it. Yes. Okay, so Amy, I want you to put a big draw on a piece of paper, a big massive $sign, right? Massive $sign, and actually start putting some of the pictures of what you talk about. So the kind of audience you'd like to talk about, really create visually, because once you see it, you feel it, and your body will know. It brings that positive energy into what you do. So use that. That would be fabulous for you to do that tonight. Next one, number 3, how do we sustain energy? So how would you sustain energy? So think about physically, for example, what are the kind of things that you would need to do to actually sustain energy? Any thinking? Okay, one of the most powerful thing the only one, the only one that you really all need to do for sure. It's sleep, right? you need, that's the only one that you all need to do. Okay, so really getting some really good sleep is your physical powerhouse. If you can't sleep, or if you don't sleep properly, you really will have problems to actually be on stage the next morning. You know it, you've done it when you're traveling around and the plane is late and you're tired because you've had people around, you're arriving and the next day you're on stage and you have not had a good night of sleep. You will feel it. So ensure that you're doing little things to get your sleep. It could be plugs if you're on the plane. It could be putting a mask on if you're traveling. It could be, maybe taking a nice drink, hot drink in the evening to make sure. Magnesium. I don't know if any of you take magnesium, but I swear by it. Evening, 6 o'clock, I'll always get my little magnesium supplement. That will help increase your serotonin and help you sleep as well. So really get your nice big sleep, because that on stage, you will never, ever share your energy, emanate so much energy if you haven't had a good sleep. And renew energy, that's the fourth one. So the fourth one, it's another challenge. Who is up for another challenge today? Yes, we're all going for another challenge. Yes, I can see we're all going for it. Okay, so my environmental declutter challenge for you today to renew that energy, it's what we talked about slightly about 5 minutes ago about decluttering. So my challenge for you is the next 9 days for 9 minutes. Monique, is 9 minutes a lot? 9 minutes is nothing, right? Nothing. I want you to block 9 minutes in your diary to do 9 days of decluttering. You are gonna see that energy shifting, right? Declutter your phone, declutter your friends, declutter your desktop, declutter your fridge, declutter under your bed if you're not sleeping well, declutter under the bed, 9 areas of your life for 9 days, for 9 minutes. I will promise you, you will feel that energy shifting. It will be absolutely incredible. Those are my little challenge for you. How is that? Yes, are we up for it? You will see some of this energy shifting, because when you feel right in yourself, you will feel right with others. So energizing your stage with electrifying vibrancy and positive energy will make you unstoppable forces, not only to ignite yourself, but to be on your own journey, to inspire others, to take action, to inspire others to make changes and share what you want. I think we're just going to do a few more questions. We've got time for questions, yes? Yes, let's do some questions. That sounds really good. Oh, Benjamin's got his hand up. Hello, Benjamin.
Hello.
Let's bring him in.
Hello.
Go ahead, Benjamin.
Thank you, and forgive my not having my screen on. I've been on screens all day today, so finally I needed a bit of eco-regulation in my local park. So
Excellent.
I'm here and alive. I was really interested when you and I'd love for you to talk a little bit more around when you got to your fifth part, the emotional energy, and you spoke a lot around the 5 senses. And so I'm curious around the mixed area between physical and emotional, and that kind of crossover, that happy crossover between the senses and those being emotional, not physical.
Yes, because the 5 senses are your drivers to actually your emotions. So you're working in somewhere and you're seeing something, even if it's seeing, you get something, it will trigger something in you. The same with the smell, you're listening to music and suddenly you're straight back into that moment on time. So that using your 5 senses are almost your emotional kind of connectors. Do you know whether it feels good or if it doesn't? So creating emotional energy or enhancing that emotional energy, it's making sure that every time that your 5 senses connect, you know it's right or it's not, and you need to change that. If you, I mean, if you have things around you on your walls who don't make you feel happy, and you walk past them every day, I can assure you that that's not going to be a great emotional connectors. So remove everything that you have, because on a subconscious level, that just takes it in, right? And so all those things that we keep, so we come back to decluttering, but all those things that we keep because somebody's given it to us, and, you know, my grandmother or my great auntie or whatever, and you feel obliged to keep things which really aren't making you feel happy. It's a very, very, very deep subconscious level, works all the time. Think about on the emotional level as well. I feel we're missing a lot of that gratitude and feeling grateful. And again, you know, when you feel grateful, you release some serotonin, you feel so good, it makes you feel good. You're sitting there in nature, Benjamin, and it just makes you feel good. You're walking, you know, and you see the sun and it feels good. And, you know, you renewed, what you're doing right now is you're renewing your energy, because you've been on stage, you've been on screens all day. So you need to feel that. And that's just those emotional. So creating those moments of gratitude, of happiness, to be able to renew that energy is really important.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you so much for that. That's a really lovely way of putting it.
Thank you. Thanks for asking.
Lovely.
Right.
Anybody else?
While everyone else is getting their questions up, I know that you are really a rock star when it comes to, you know, creating energy and sharing energy and igniting your audience as a speaker on stage, Claire. What do you do, right? Maybe even before you step on stage or while you are on stage, to create the energy, keep the energy, right? And you know, share the energy with your audience in the greatest way as well.
I know. So I mean, I'm a great. So again, we talk about the happier hormones. Okay, so depending on which level of talking you're doing today, and where you want to base yourself. So if you're going in and you're motivating people and you're going to inspire them, you need to, you know, raise some anticipation. You need to raise the dopamine in the room and actually get people going. So you need to do that yourself before you go on stage. So when I come on stage, before I come on stage, I will sing away. I will put out loud in my, you know, I'm in a shower and I'll be going and really kind of bumping myself up with dopamine before I actually get on stage. Because when I arrive on stage, I put some music on and I dance my way to the stage. So I will shift totally the energy. So that's kind of an NLP, you know, neuro-linguistic programming, NLP. It's shifting that energy. So people have been in a room either, you know, for the last 2 or 3 hours, and they're like that, and they're all flat out. I mean, as Benjamin, you've probably seen that as an MC, right? It's like, you know, you see them and they're quite high at the beginning, and then they're going down, and then the more the speakers are low and they're low and they're low, and they're just totally down. And there's nothing until the coffee break that makes them go back up again. So when I arrive on stage, I put some music on and I get that room shifting. I get the energy shifting. So I will walk around, I will high five people, I'll go on stage, and then depending on what I'm doing and what's the theme of the conference, maybe I'll get people dancing as well. So I'll get up to the right, let's go and get up and do this, and up to the left, and then we do that. I'll even make them talk, or, you know, say a few words or sing with me. So depending on, you know, depending on the clients and what we're doing, I will come in and actually shift that energy right from the beginning for people to kind of wake up, and so the whole room changes of energy, which is really powerful. You really, it's so not everybody does that, and you don't have to. But right from the beginning, it takes 7 seconds for people to make a first impression of you. And if you arrive on that stage and you're not giving them something right from the beginning, they're going to be on their phone and they're going to continue being like that. And, you know, so give them something right at the beginning to kind of shift that energy within the room. It's really, really important. do you put yourself in a character, adopt a persona specifically for being on stage? I don't think I do, Philippe. I think that's my that's the way I am. That's just, yeah, I'm quite I have been told to bottle it down a little, and that didn't go down really well. I went to France and I emceed an event, and the French people just don't get me. I will never do an event in France again. I've spent so much energy in one day doing emceeing that event, and just the French just do not get me at all. So I think, you know, and we're all different, right? But I bring a lot of energy, and, you know, I kind of, you know, I'm very, very big in that. And but okay, so the other way around, you know, if you're speaking to an audience where you're actually sharing, so who was it? You talked about oh yeah, Emmy, you talked about climate and educate climate, right? About your speaking onto climate. Okay, well, maybe, mind you saying that, I did an energy conference in Slovenia, and I did get them all going and, you know, energized right at the beginning. But some of the topic that we talk about, you're probably not going to get people dancing and singing, right? And so think about it. Before you come on stage, you need to prepare yourself on that emotional level yourself, how you release those energy. So the dopamine will keep you going. If you're going big, and then you're going to motivate and you're really kind of giving that. But actually, if it's a presentation and it's really deep and it's really important and it's really calm and it's really emotionally connected, perhaps you want to listen to a bit of calm music. Perhaps you want to look at pictures of your children, because this will release your serotonin, you see, and you'll actually be in the mode of that mode. And remember the neuro mirrors. If you are serene and grounded and you arrive on stage with an incredible presence, your audience is going to feel it. If you arrive on stage and you're bouncing everywhere, your audience is going to feel it as well. So it's important that you are prepared really before you get on stage. And one of the things that I love doing, so that is just before I go on stage, is actually right underneath your ribs here. You've got that chakra here, and it's the power chakra, and it's actually really, I love kind of thinking about that ball, like a ball of fire, and the ball of fire is just sharing and shining so much, so big, so big, so big, that suddenly all that yellow, all that shining energy comes all around me. So when I'm walking on stage, not only I'm on stage powerful and motivating and full of dopamine, but I emanate that yellow and that shine when I'm on stage as well. So think about, how do you prepare yourself on that emotional level before you actually, you know, get on stage? It's really, really powerful to do that. Do you connect in at a head, heart, guts level? Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, they all work together, and I think that's doing that the night before, quite a few nights before, I kind of imagine myself on stage. I will see myself, you know, visualize myself. How am I going to feel? You know, okay, and I know this is really sad, but I have recorded my audience clapping. And I listen to the clapping when I go, you know, walking, because this really bumps me up. You know, it really kind of, that dopamine, when I hear people clapping and they enjoyed what I've done and how I share that, this is a really, you know, I love it. Sorry, I know it's really sad. But it's really, really good. Very, very easy to do. What makes you feel happy, and how do it before you go on stage. Yeah, absolutely. Any other questions from anybody?
Claire, you already touched on, your experience in France. I'd say, honestly, I mean, yes, there is probably some cultural differences, in depending on where you speak, but, there's French in French, right? So I hope you're going to go back to France and create more magic there. But my question really is like, where do you really feel? I know you've done a lot of speaking in the Middle East, for example. You've spoken in the US, you've spoken in Asia, you've spoken across Europe. Where do you feel, are there cultural differences, especially, a lot of people go more into Dubai in the Middle East. How does it feel there, for you to speak? How does it feel there for you to speak being a woman? How does it feel for you, related to culture? What are some do's and don'ts in that part of the world? Because I know that you've been living there for a couple of years, so I think it would be very interesting for quite a few people here to know, if you could share some of your experience there.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, thank you, Monica. It has been it has been quite an eye-opening to be in a UAE, and again, I'm a bit of a powerful force. I'm like, what's going on? And I did a big keynote with at the happiness conference for the HR government of the UAE. So there was 150 leaders on the HR. And I mean, I'm usually pretty confident as a speaker. I walked in there and I could tell you what, this was, suddenly I just like, whoa, my heart, I got off my fight or flight mode was kicking in straight away. And we do need to kind of be very aware of culture, because things that we think doesn't is quite, I know, quite nothing, could be taken as an offense for other countries. So when you are speaking with your audience in a different countries, in a different global part of it, really take a bit of that time. So things like, for example, feet. I know it seems really silly, but I had some feet on one of my slides and it was moving forward and feet, personalization, that and no, you don't put feet. Dogs, you don't put feet. Dogs, when you go to Malaysia, I spoke at Jakarta and I had dogs. You don't put dogs on your slides. So, a really bit of awareness and actually use your membership to know to check that. That's what Monique's membership is about. It's about actually what are the things that, what are the pros and what do we need to do to know about that. It's the Saudi Arabia was Dubai is quite out there now, and they're very open to all the kind of speakers, and they're very there's no you don't need to wear on anything on your head, or it's very, very open to that. Saudi Arabia, they are opening up their markets a lot more now. They're very welcoming on all the speakers and all the topics, really. But you still need to be a bit aware of what you're wearing and that's kind of things. I think as a woman, when I'm on stage, it's fine because I'm on stage. I think we still have that. It's a performance in a way. When you go into a business and start doing more of the strategic level on the consultancy side of it, there could be a bit of a difference in that kind of level. But definitely when you're going somewhere, do your culture, do your culture check, do you, ask questions and, do your research, because again, it's about knowing your audience, knowing what they want, what they don't want, and that's really key to any speakers. You have to know your audience. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. Thank you for giving us a glimpse into that part of the world. That's bigger, it's powerful. Okay, great. Does anyone have still any questions that you would like to have answered? Hey, you have Claire here right now. Okay, but also, Claire, I know that you're always, see if someone else wants to ask something, but I also know that you're always very open to connect with people, right? have a conversation with them. And I know that you shared a lot of your connection points here with us. So let me just put that into the chat with everyone. So if you want to connect with Claire directly, please don't hold back. Connect with her on LinkedIn, right? Follow her on YouTube, connect with her on Instagram.
Yeah.
Facebook, I think you're everywhere, Claire, right? Right?
Yeah, I mean, last year I turned 50, Monique, last year. Last year I turned 50 last June, and I just about 52 days before I was turning 50, I thought I need to do something, and suddenly it just hit me, and I'm thinking I'm going to do 50 seconds energizer tips for the next 50 days. So I did. So go and check out those energizer tips. Like, they're really, really powerful. And it's very simple. 50 seconds a day, do something. Do one of those for 50 days. You'll see the shift in you. It'll be amazing.
That's amazing. Love it. I love that when these kind of live events inspire us to share more of the wisdom that we've gained along the way. And you obviously are an energetic powerhouse. So thank you for being on with us today. It's been amazing. I'm definitely going to do the declutter right away. 27 items shouldn't be that difficult, right? But I see some of you nodding here as well. So play along with us. It's beautiful. Thank you for being on with us today. Not only sharing your energy, but also all your wisdom, very practical, concrete hints. And just everyone that is here with us today, okay, keep in mind that yes, you bring your wisdom to the stage. Yes, you bring your knowledge and experience to the stage, but what you really bring to the stage is energy. Okay. People connect with your words. Yes, they connect with your body language and everything else, but they connect even more with your energy. Okay, and thank you for laying out all these different areas of what we could do in our lives in the first place. Because again, our lives dictates who we are, right? Or creates us in a way. Our environment does, our emotions, and all the levels that you spoke about. And how we are is what we bring into businesses to our clients, is what we bring onto stages as speakers. So thank you, Claire, for being with us today. Would you like to round off our beautiful heart-powered speaking session today with a final message? And before we go there, also let me remind everyone, we are running something that we call a Thought Leader Circle. Okay, it is a membership where our members are investing money every month. But if you want to try it out, if you want to check it out, if you want to join some of our, speaking booster and speech practice sessions and pick up concrete hints and tips of how you get more prestigious speaking opportunities, how to sharpen your speeches to really get not only standing ovations, but the results you want as a speaker. You want to connect with other speakers from around the globe. I mean, we work with speakers from more than 50 countries already by now. Again, come and join us for a month. It's entirely risk-free. The first month will be on us. You also get our Speak to Scale map. You also get a 30-minute session on your speaking, doing an inventory together. Join us in that, okay? And we'd love to serve and support you. So, Claire, let's round off our session with a final word of wisdom, inspiration from your side.
Okay, so if you vibrate energy flow, if you know you're on purpose, if you live a harmonious life, if you emanate happiness, then you will be more productive, then you will share more love, then you will get prosperity and endless possibilities. So go and share and vibrate energy flow with everyone.
I love it. I can't get enough of you, Claire, and I'm sure everyone else does. So please also connect with Claire, stay in touch. Let's all energize each other. I always round off our session with our heart-powered, business mantra, where we say, go out there in your own powerful way, speak up, scale up, make the greatest impact in the world, because you are having a purpose, a mission. You have wisdom, knowledge, and just share it as much as you can. Thank you, Claire, okay, for being on with us. All of you, now you know how to up-level your energy. With up-leveled energy, there's greater success. Go out there and bring your greatest gifts to the world as speakers, entrepreneurs in your own powerful ways. So thanks, Claire. Thanks, everyone. We'll be back with you next month on another uplifting session.
Thank you.
For them.
Nice evening.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.